Salutations to all, this is Tormented, Tides of Numenera. To do a quick recap, we are vassal rejected by the changing god. Now from other characters we have learned that the changing god is actually an evil character. However, the protagonist that we are playing, which is us, is not that character. The surrounded allies of this protagonist are very much extremely powerful. They're in multiple universe simultaneously, which is amazing. So just to wonder how powerful the changing god is. So anyway, we have always wanted to play this type of game, finish from point A to point Z. Let's continue. Segment of this bisected construct's leg lies scattered around it. Someone has painstakingly altered these pieces, giving them small limbs and tiny metallic heads. Nonetheless, they aren't moving. The larger constructs, tortoise eye, flicker out of sync with each other as they turn towards you. I wonder why robots have head. They don't really need it. Crippled foreman. You feel a bubbling sensation in your mind. It must be the construct's surface thought, but they're too quick and alien for you to make any sense of them. Crippled foreman. I do not understand, it says. The voice emerging from the grill around the eyes is soft, as though you're hearing it from far away. Don't they want to leave? The viaducts are open. Your commands are received, and yet its eyes light splutter every time I give my children life. They die. These tiny things are your children. You can't have children, you're a machine. Let's not demoralize this robot. Not anymore, it says. Now they are inanimate and lifeless. Their adaptive personalities have been lost. I do not understand why they're dying. I have given the subject of procreation a great deal of thought over the last century, and there are no errors in my calculation, says the crippled foreman. My assistant tarnished built my children's bodies to my precise specification. Their intelligence reservoirs are shielded against permanent loss. Its eye look away from you as it is embarrassed, and I want them to leave. That should be enough. I wish I could help you in some way, you know. One thing isn't enough. This is ridiculous. Only living thing, young children, your mission. It may be that you can, it says. I have performed some new calculations. A new direction has presented itself.
I'll remember that.
Quest received, foreman's brood. My children need more energy to live, but my construction prevents me from transfer above a certain threshold, and for good reason. Its pupils rotate, contracting, energy transfers above a certain percentage would lead to a chain of ruptures in my intelligence rings. I would die. His voice, mesh clicks, help me force myself to make this transfer, for I cannot do it myself. Click, help me give my life to my children. Your body. Will you help me? The foreman says. The words are almost buried beneath a crackling surge of static. Let's help this robot. Speak to Turnish, my assistant. He may be able to help you understand how I function if he is feeling well enough. Can I examine you? I've been through 27 iterations of birth. With each attempt, more of my non-essential personality and intelligence brings rupture. The foreman's eye dim. Know that these small bodies are only bodies. 27 versions of my children have lived and died within them. Know that they lived long enough for me to understand their personalities and name them before they were first lost. A soft-wearing issues from the mesh around the foreman's flickering eyes. Construct looms over you, frozen in mid-step. Its heavy limbs and barreled body have been recently polished by careful hands, but the joints themselves are completely fused. The creature hasn't moved in a long time. Studies you. The eyes made of swirling orange fire. As with the other construct, you feel the bubbling sensation in your mind. These constructs' thoughts are likewise unrelatable. You're not good because I was going to have you fired at the end of the day anyway. What do you want? Why are you here? Spit it out. Who are you? Oh, so he's the master for That's interesting. This machine actually have hope. The cartographers have had activated them, and they still clinging to the hope that they will come back. I despise sentimentally, it says, but I can't abandon the wretched hope that they will return for us once we show we have broken the bounds they placed on us. And yet I am a being of logic, and I have doubts. He clears his throat. At any rate, I would have tinkered with my thoughts in the dark forever if the humans hadn't eventually found us. They asked us to help them raise the city until it cast all others in shadows. We coupled their artifacts and their trinkets into grand device what would power every corner and make them safe from their enemies. I told them, with cups as if holding back tears. Wow. They're actually sentinels are robots that have feeling. Or maybe they're just active, who knows. I told them I had a plan. You see the fruit of our mighty effort all around you. I may have some business for you.
I'll remember that. On it.
Thanks for getting rid of Calestige. You have no idea what it's like traveling with her. Though I suppose you've had a taste even from that short trial.
I'm just wondering, is there a map of the area? So we are here. Point of interest.
Fine. Yes. Yes. Now. Yes.
It's a plan.
Now, what is this place? Because this short, squat woman rakes absently at the swollen red tattoos decorating her pale, naked scalp. Swollen red tattoo. Her claws draw blood, but she doesn't seem to notice. Her head jerks up at the sound of your footsteps, and her heart, too, large mouth widens in a sharp-toothed smile. Wow, what are these? Cannibals? Scary. We greet you, tenderlings. Yes, we honor your arrival. Our eyes rove over your body hungrily. What brings you to the Dendra Ohur? What do you wish to share with us? Her grey and pointed tongue swipes at the ritual scarring around her lips, leaving a glistering sheet of saliva. Oh, they wanna eat us so badly. They call us tenderling. Oh my god. Who are you? Oh, that's interesting. Both, she says, we mark ourselves for each body we consume, like twigs sprouting from a branch. Everyone in our world is a family. Everyone is food, so they eat everything. Our world is not like yours, she said. This is not so rich. There are no animals. No, she pauses, frowning. Vegetables, none of those. The only flesh is our flesh. He sighs. But we are blessed. Then we eat bodies. Nothing is lost except the corpse. Soul is preserved. She spread her hand. The dead one become part of us. It become we. Word is vegetables. Yes, she says, raising an eyebrow. Does not matter. We do not eat these grown in dirt. So they have a standard of food. He shrugs. And this is not why we are here. We hear hard rumors of Dendra or magic. He says, concentrating your language tenses clearly give her trouble. It does not stop all the soul. It pulls memories from the dead flesh and soaks them into the mind. She gives you a rapturous smile. So he came through a portal in the bloom to learn this magic. We found our way to Sagas. We asked it to join, she sighs. Now the portal is gone. We here, but we will make another in time. Consume the flesh of our dead to preserve them, to remember them, and give them eternal life. Interesting.
Done. Fine.
I'm ready.
That's interesting. Okay. At first glance, it would be easy to assume that this man is dying of some wasting disease or starvation. He's a little more than too tall skeleton wrapped in translucent flesh and a tattered robe. His hands are essentially bony claws. And yet he beams at you, his sunken eyes glittering with suppressed laughter and feverish life. Keep your guard up around this one, Alligern says. Alligern murmurs as you at your side. Imbitus sharp, very sharp. He's eaten a lot of very smart people. I know you. So many eyes have lingered on that tattoo, the noble brow. It reaches for your forehead with a shivering, telltale finger. Let him touch your forehead. Pull away. You step out of his reach. He blinks and smiles. I'm very sorry, he says. I rarely deal with the living corpse. Corpses are not quite so bashful. Claps his hand. I remember you now, of course. Silver Tide raised a tiny amount. Oh, Teresa once saw you out of the corner of her eye. A week before his accident, Olari Mar told you a small bag of the breads closing his eyes. Sugar dusted almonds, but these aren't the only two. You drift through countless lives, altering and ending them, never leaving a name. He draws in his breath. Oh, I can't stand mysteries. Love them, but I can't stand them. Who are you? I'm not the man you think. Let me remain a mystery. Let's just say the changing God. Are you? Imbitu says, and though he covers his mouth with his hand, you see sly smile. I do hope you have told your call that you have returned. They'll simply be delighted to see you. He clears his throat. So, what brings you to the chapel of Danjahur? Scan thought, you're not child, but so bold to claim you are. What an interesting cast-off. So they already know I'm a cast-off, meaning a rejected vessel, rejected by the changing God. Tell me what you're called. Oh, there isn't much to tell. I have spent most of my years in this little chapel, just casting a fond look around. The Janjao who has consumed my life. He consumed my, I'll have to remember that one. What did you join? Well, that is a good question, a very good question. I congratulate you on asking it. He rubs his hands together with a papery sound. I'm afraid, however, that outsiders rarely understand what calls us to the Janjao. So with apologies, I do not think I will answer. Anyway, they have nothing here. Could move out of here.
Here we go then.
Yes. Now. Of course.
Here we go then.
I'm going.
Pelier, the violent skin visitant, paces back and forth before the cavern's opening. It wears fine clothes, then serve to accentuate the tall, thin crest on his head. A symbol has been painted on the crest, mirroring the insignia marked on his chest. Its clothes are finely tailored and well made. The name of the creature's race crawls to your mind. It's Virgilian. This one has temporarily chosen to be female. Her bulbous eyes flash quickly around our surroundings before focusing directly on you. Your pardon, our voice is high and fleeting. This place isn't safe. Do you want something of me? Oh, carry. I see. The cape isn't safe. Not unless you trust the discretion of Stitcher, those insectoids monsters that are crawling about. Most people are afraid of them. I am conducting a diplomatic negotiation on behalf of the city. Unfortunately, I am not dealing with a reasonable species. Our crest flutters irritably. I have made no progress at all. Days wasted in this miserable tunnel, and I have nothing to show my superior. You carry yourself with poise and confidence. I have learned to be judged. I have learned to be judge of such things. He pops up our crest. Perhaps you'd be a skilled negotiator, but that isn't what I need. Circumstances calls for a new tactic. Truly think you can help? Let's put you to the test. She waves off the levies who flanks her. Her gestures are short and choppy, sharp and irritated. It's this damnable Stitcher, she says. I speak to them. I work a cajole negotiate, and threaten. Yet they persist in their digging, and every day another house on the cliffs above slips into the sea. If their digging does not cease, the city itself may crumble. So there's my request: find a hostage to their future. Shall ensure the future of the city alone. Please spread your hands. I trust your discretion. Between the two of us, whispers, the amount of energy a single stitch's egg generates is remarkably high. Profit hides within each. Bring me all of their eggs, and I will split the proceeds with you. I think I can help
Making
you.
a note.
Good, we need to stop this teacher before they bring down the entire substructure of the city. We managed to infiltrate their lair. Be sure to acquire all their eggs. I suspect they will have multiple clusters, and we'll need them all if we want to negotiate from a position of strength. Ciphers. If you found a cipher, ciphers are Numenera objects that can trigger a powerful effect, but can only be used once. Cipher and cipher limits score are displayed in special sections of inventories. Take care not to accumulate more ciphers than your cipher limit, or you will experience unpleasant side effects. I'd like to ask some question before I go. Can you tell me about yourself? I'm Pellier, an agent of the slave families. They have entrusted me to deal with this teacher. We're losing far too many homes and citizens because of their digging. I mean, to execute those orders faithfully. With your help, I hope you seem trustworthy. How can I reach this teacher
Updated
there?
my journal.
If I knew, I would go there myself. These teachers are quick and dispatch intruders, and I doubt they would take humans or vigilants there of their own accord. Perhaps a construct of some sort, or a digging machine, but I know little of fabrication or manufacturing, so I will leave that for you to explore. So I have to help that construct in order to progress. Interesting.
All right. Fine.
Oh, that's interesting. It seems like we have found an event by coming here. You find a jumbled pile of large rocks at the end of this roughly hewn tunnel. The motionless limbs of stitches protrude from the mound. The rent in this carapace, painted with a dried etcher. Alright, let's use the might of the rock. I'll have 70% succession rate with myself and 90% with my friend. Let's do that. The first rock is hardest to shift. Once you warm to the task, you are nearly flinging them aside until you have fully exposed the corpse beneath. Clearly the creature was digging this tunnel when the roof collapsed and killed it. Its smaller claws is mangled and smashed. But apart from the crushed thorax and a few gashes in its carapace, the body itself is surprisingly intact.
All right. I'm going. All right. Yes.
I'm guessing that's
I'm ready.
that's a very interesting event we have triggered. Oh, one of his beloved vessels. Forgive me, I wasn't expecting to see any of my illustrious number down here. Smiling, he gives a little nod. I respectfully suggest that you introduce yourself to Kasmin and Mixmion in Circus Minor if you haven't already. In the meantime, how can I help you? Never have I seen it so close. What have I done to earn this blessing?
All right. On it. I'm ready.
Here we go then.
Go.
I was getting bored of that area anyway. was hoping I could get some action done.
All right. Yes.
Ah, you're still traveling with the ambling mood dampener. Good. One shouldn't become too ebullient.
Yes. All right. I'm going.
Done.
Oh, we have explored the sewer. Success, you close your eyes to better concentrate, sinking into current of a memory that does not belong to you, or at least the body you are in, and you hear the thunderous heartbeat of the operational generator calling you from across centuries. You open cold, focused eyes, ignoring the screams, the drifting tangles of black smoke. Your attention is solely focused on the health of the machine's heartbeat. You reach into the hissing guts of the generator, adjusting and tuning, hoping. The heartbeat bleeds into the present. Your body's hand, rest on the rusty surface of the now ancient machine. I don't know, man. This is getting a little boring. I wanna have a strategic fight like Dragon Age Origin.
It's a plan.
All right. All right. Yes. I'm going.
It's a plan.
Oh, this game is making me sleepy.